Background audio provided by Buzz Thunder. How everybody? How are you doing? What's going on, Buzz? I think Buzz is doing a little We Will Rock You there in the background. That is We Will Rock You by Buzz Thunder in the background.
Is that what that is?
I believe that's what I was hearing. Yeah. How is everyone doing tonight? Welcome to another edition of the SHI tournament featuring Tiny Toon Adventures, Buzz.
Yeah, this is a game being played by a couple of guys.
Yeah, I mean, like, questionably one guy in Neerrm, he's my guy, and then the other guy, like, technically fits the definition, but, like, we don't really like him too much, but he's in the upper deck, so I guess we have to acknowledge some things he does.
Yeah, I mean, he's decent. I don't know. He's fine. He plays the game, and, you know, he likes football, Tennessee.
Yeah, he makes everyone aware of that, too, wearing his stupid little Tennessee hat and probably Tennessee socks and slippers and garter belt as well. I own a Tennessee Lady Vols garter. Well, actually, I don't even think it's Lady Vols, but I own a Tennessee volunteer garter belt. I picked that up on my trip there.
A garter belt?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like one of those things you do at a wedding and you take it off and then you throw it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the garter. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was called the belt.
I mean, it might not be called
Yeah,
it might just be called a garter. Garter belt might be something that holds up stockings. I don't know. I don't really wear them too much.
Well, I mean, you know, whatever you're into, but yeah, I never understood their purpose, honestly. I thought they just put them on so that they could fling them to the bachelors.
The one of the better ribs in weddings is when like the groom goes under. By the way, we started, but whatever. The groom goes underneath to pull it off, and he has in his hand like a size of like quadruple X panties, and he pulls that out instead and holds it up like, oh, you know, like embarrassing.
Yeah,
the bride.
That's a good bit. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh yeah, that definitely happens. That's, you know, I don't know how much it happens, but I've seen it happen once or twice. But yeah, we're already done with stage 1-1 here. Why don't you take us through this opening stage and tell us a little bit about it?
Well, most of the runners are going to choose Plucky, and you need to slide and jump and float and skip everything and go quickly in this game.
Yeah, and the runners will be wrapping up somewhere around the 16-minute mark. We have 5 races so far completed, 6 races so far completed. 3 of them have been sub 16. One of them has been around like a 16 and a half mark.
Yeah, I didn't see all of the ones the doubleheader the other night. Were those close, or was there a big gap in those as well?
No, Coach won, and Neerrm just gets BGT'd. Elmira hugs Neerrm, and he's got to go all the way back to 1-1.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that too much because it's normally not that big of a deal, but Neerrm gets BGT boozled right there and has to go back to 1-1.
Dang, you could call that Eon, because Eon did the same thing. That's why she lost earlier.
Yeah, and BGT did that in his race against Coach. But yeah, speaking of that doubleheader, Coach did beat Resner and BGT. Both Resner and BGT forfeited.
Wow.
But Coach won in sub-16s. Rez was his first time playthrough. And BGT he got hugged by Elmira, and he had some bad luck with some bosses. And speaking of boss, there's our first one right there, Dr. Gene Splicer. And Coach Crab's moving on to stage 2.
Yep, Mr. Lipstick goes down pretty easily. I don't know why. It looks like he wears a lot of lipstick. Yeah, so and he skateboards, but you know.
Color palettes are the problem. And he skateboards. So that definitely that definitely going back to probably has on guy liner as well.
Well, I don't know. It's interesting. Why would a doctor skateboard? Yeah. And he throws anvils.
I mean, it's like a whole mess. It's loony. See if Neerrm does here. We're going to mention this, but every -2 concludes. Well, stages 1 to 4 have a -2 that conclude with Elmira. And you have to just escape her hugs. Her hugs take you all the way back to the start of the world, not the start of the board, the start of the world. And that's why Neerrm had to go back to 1-1 instead of 1-2.
Yeah, it counts as a game over. I don't know if you lose a life or not, but it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, when BGT did it, he was on 0 lives. So it doesn't really count as a game over because he started back in World 2-1 with 0 lives.
Okay.
Yeah, so it didn't reset his lives and points and carrots and everything. It just flat out brought him right back to the beginning of the level, the world.
Gotcha. I'm surprised that happened to Neerrm. He seems like Neerrm's a solid runner at everything, and Elmira is not very difficult to get around, especially in that first stage. So that was kind of a little, I don't know. Hopefully that's not the race, but most likely it will be. Suspense here. He can come back.
He can come back. It's definitely within his realm of expertise to play from behind and win. He's, like you said, he's not a bad speedrunner at all. Hey, listen, it can happen to Coach Crab as well. Jumping into Elmira, especially on the next one, because the next one we see Elmira, I believe it's the one where you just hang out at the end and jump over her, and that's where BGT got wamboozled by jumping into her head while trying to jump over her. But anyway, Neerrm moves on here in stage World 2 while Coach is in World 2-3, is this? Yes.
Yep, 2-3. Yeah, he didn't have any problem with the second version of Elmira there, where you can he ran around and stuff like that. I don't know, everybody has a different strategy, but you can actually just stand there and wait till the music hits a certain point and you know exactly when to run over to the exit.
Someone in chat says Coach is great at video games in general.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's fine, I guess.
Here's our World 2 boss here, PD the Pirate. He has a proper name.
Does he?
Yeah, everyone does. Do you not read the instruction manuals prior to playing any of these games?
No, I read every instruction manual before I play, but I didn't see a name for this guy.
Yeah, he is Captain Claw.
Oh, Captain Claw. Yeah, that's what it is. I actually had that for my splits until I changed it to Armageddon because he wears an eye patch.
And Armageddon does sometimes wear eye patches, although this time he wore a pirate hat instead, which is odd because he could wear the pirate hat and an eye patch. I don't know why he deprived us of that, but Neerrm escapes that Elmira fight, or whatever you want to call that, without any encounter. Elmira encounter sound better than Elmira fight, Buzz?
Yeah, I'd call it an encounter.
Yeah, escapes that with no problems. Chat, what are you putting the realistic odds here of Neerrm on a scale of 0 to 10? That was really... I wanted to do something obscure, and I came out with 10, but whatever. On a scale of 0 to 10, what do you think the chances here of Neerrm, who's in stage 2-3, is coming back? Vote now. Text your answers to pound BGT.
See, I don't know anything about Neerrm, what his run is, what he's been doing. Coach is very open and vocal. He practices these games a lot. He takes these tournaments more seriously than most, and that's why he does so well in them.
I believe when it comes to practicing this game and this tournament, Neerrm is still as open as Coach is, but just is not practicing from the get-go, is more like crash course practicing within like 2 days of his race. And there's Coach avoiding the Elmira hug there on 3-2. So no chance of him being sent back to the beginning of the level as Neerrm defeats Captain Claw and moves on to World 3. He's practiced it the last couple days, Neerrm. I don't know if he's been running a timer or not, but today he was practicing the mansion a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I saw him. He did that clip pretty... he did 2 clips, actually, when he went through that pretty easily. And now Koachkrab127 switching over to Furball, so that's a little bit of a difference on here. Most runners will be plucky the whole time, but it seems like at least these 2 guys are going to Furball on stage 3, World 3, whatever you want to call it.
Coach does Furball from here on out because he just climbs trees and stuff. And you can see it just saved Neerrm's life right there, but you can climb trees and get onto the top of them and then just kind of skip parts of the level. But Neerrm took a death there, even in the save. So that's one Elmira and one death for Neerrm. Coach has kept it clean so far. He got hit there. He's not going to get the quick kill on this Fido. But he does get it in the second cycle. And he'll be on the World 4 here. World 4 is called Boomtown. And he doesn't do Plucky, he does do Furball, which I believe means he can't do like the 3-jump finish of stage 4-1. He's got to tackle this a little bit differently. Although you do that as Buster anyway, right?
At 4-1, I mean, you can do it either way, but it's just a little bit safer. I don't know, Plucky's just so easy here because you can skip that entire bullshit section at the end, but let's see how Coach does here. No, he's just gonna do it slow. This is how I did it when I first learned. Tell me if I'm too far behind or too far ahead, but
no, you seem fine.
It's a little bit slower to do it there, but I think you make up that time on 4-3 because 4-3 is the longest vertical level, and you can just kind of climb your way up.
Yeah, here's the one I was trying to think of in my mind. It's 4-2, but he seems to be able to do it. I thought maybe you had to hover a little bit between jumps, and maybe you did.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful to have the hover, but if you do it properly, you can do the same thing with Furball as far as flying through absolutely everything.
You can see Neerrm utilizing one of the slides on the ground to slide through an enemy in his way. So when you do a slide, you are invulnerable to taking damage, so long as you don't wake up from that slide in somebody's hitbox.
Yeah, yep, that's always fun. In Max, there's a really tight window where you kind of do that. You try to slide through, and then you stand up, and then you're fucked. I mean, you're in bad shape.
Bad shape indeed, and there's Coach Crab cheesing the level. Not really hitting all the jumps, but nevertheless.
It's just a lot easier with everything, because you don't have to worry about the enemies as much. You can just kind of slip through. The only problem here is the boss. Plucky does have a little safety on the boss. You can kind of float in a certain direction. But again, with Furball, you can go get that extra heart if you need it. So
yeah, he just went and got that extra heart indeed. And he'll move on to the boss here. Boss has no name in the instruction manual. I'm not a big fan of Donkey Kong, or however you say it.
Yeah, I was really annoyed by that because I was putting all my split names together. You know, I knew Splicer and the Pirate Claw guy, and I was just like, why don't they have this guy in it? Doesn't make any sense. It's not like they ran out of room or paper or something like that, but
no, but they also put a common enemy in the game, Arnold the Pitbull.
Yeah, who's in
who runs at you for a split second in 1-1 and World 6, something like that.
Yeah, he's like barely in the game. It's just, it doesn't make sense. Maybe it was based on the show, like maybe he was in an episode of the show and then I don't know. They threw this monkey boss in there for some reason. I don't get it.
But there is stage 4 for Coach Crab. He's going to move on to Wacky Land here. Buzz, this world is a little bit different than the other worlds, so why don't you explain how to beat this one?
This one, once you get past stage 4, the levels get shorter because they're not segmented. You just have one big segment where you go back to the beginning every time. But Go-Go Dodo is the name of the character, and he has 5 miniature versions of himself. You need to pick up all 5 of those, and once you do, he will give you the key.
He's a lovable mischief maker with a split personality, likes to hide keys.
Hide peas?
Keys. Keys,
oh, okay.
As in Alicia.
I thought you said peas, sorry.
I might have said peas. I don't really enunciate my words too well.
That's alright, I mean, it's that New York accent. Everything you say sounds like hot dog to me.
Yeah, pretty much. Or coffee.
Yeah.
Hot dog. Did I ever tell you the hot dog story? Oh, I'll tell you the hot dog story for another day.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah,
We'll
I was trying to get some hot dog banter in the cesspool race earlier, so I hope that worked.
Well, there you go. There's Coach Crab beating Wacky World. You got to grab 5 of those idiots. 1 in the first part, 2 in each the second and third part of the level. And they're not segmented like Buzz said. They're not 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3. It's just all world. 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3. It's all world 5. And we're in the last level here, Max's Mansion, and the same thing. It's just world 6. You die at the boss or just before the boss, and you go all the way back to this point. Nice dark level for you.
Yeah, there's 6 segments here, and Coach is running a really good time right now. This potentially a PB. He's got a couple of golds up there. This is one of the trickier rooms in Max's palace where you have to get past all these money bags being shot out.
Safety heart right there. Last one you'll find in the game. So in case you haven't realized, it's a one-hit kill mechanic in the game. But if you have the heart, you at least sustain a little an extra hit. And we're on to Max right here at 1422. Well, actually, I'm sorry, one more screen.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be right around his PB, depending on... Max is a little bit of a random pattern. Oh, Neerrm gets... Neerrm gets Darth Ducked.
Duck Vader. If your
Duck Vader, that's what it is.
Yeah, if your carrots end in a multiple of 11 in stages... Or no, sorry, if you have 11, 33, 55, 77, or 99 carrots at the end of a boss, you will make your way to Duck Vader, and while I try to spit that out, Coach Crab finishes 1456. This is our first sub 15 of the tournament.
Man, this Coach Crab is a... I mean, he's getting good at these games here. He just hasn't put up... All of his times in the tournament were 16 minutes or left, which is a really good time. But what he put up here, what, 1456 is that's crazy good.
Yeah,
crazy good.
And that does not beat his posted best time of 1453. He has the 7th fastest time on speedruns.com or speedrun.com. Hyrexin is the leader with 1234.
But according to his splits there, again, SRL is SRL when that race started, but if his splits are accurate, then he actually did beat his personal best by 1 second.
Well, no, because I'm looking on the submitted board, the one he submitted for, so he actually had a better time that he submitted, 1453, because that's posted on the speedrun.com, not SRL timers.
Oh, no, yeah, but what I'm saying is his splits right here on his stream are 1452.
I'll go into Discord.
Yeah, we got to ask him about that because he has a faster time on speedrun.com, which is...
Oh, you said 53, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're saying 52. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
All right.
But I just muted his stream, and it was great because he was talking about Discord. Maybe he'll show up eventually.
I'm sure he will. How long should we pretend that we can't hear him?
I don't know. How long should you pretend that?
So Neerrm goes in. He's in the money bag one where Coach didn't have any trouble.
Yeah, I'm watching him. I'm watching him right now.
I'm watching you watching him.
Well, good. We got full coverage then.
Well, good game.
Yeah, thanks. It was a really good run.
Are you going to submit? You going to submit that time?
What's that?
Are you going to submit that time?
I submitted time earlier, a couple days ago. That was pretty much exactly. Oh no! Was this one 2 seconds faster?
It's 1 second faster, I believe.
1 second faster?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you were 2 seconds faster, you would have bopped somebody.
Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna. Nah, I'm not gonna submit that time until unless I move in front of somebody, then I'll submit it.
Remember when we were trying to get you to submit times on Zelda 2 Randomizer?
Yeah, those like 4-hour times.
Yeah. Neerrm had a really good Max fight there.
Isn't it?
Really good Monty fight there for Neerrm.
Yeah, 9 lives and 99 carrots, but he doesn't get Duck Vader. He gets the prostate exam.
That's probably a PB for him. What was his time there?
17:48 unofficially.
That might be a PB for him.
Prostate.
When he comes in.
There it is.
Sorry, that's the newly. Never mind. I'll be quiet.
But how is that prostate? Because his fingers aren't up there.
Well, I mean, he's about to.
Oh, I see what you mean. And he's wearing gloves too.
Yeah, at first, I thought it was something else, but I thought it was funnier that he's like preparing to give him a prostate exam. I think that's funnier.
Yeah, well, Neerrm's here to join us right now. Neerrm, good game. I should give him a couple seconds to set up first before I jump right down his throat. There's the real prostate right there in chat. Karate Stick has you covered.
Oh, there, that's a beauty right there. I mean,
there he is.
Fuck this game.
Wow.
Fuck this fucking piece of shit fucking game. I fucking hate this fucking shit.
You okay?
Wow.
I feel your pain, Neerrm.
Wow.
Also, hi.
Hello.
How are you, bud?
I'm good.
Was that rant a reference to anything?
I have no idea why the door just didn't spawn and I got caught. Like, I've never seen that happen. I've probably been practicing this game for like a week straight and it's never happened to me before.
Yeah, you definitely got BGT'd there.
I mean,
Or Eon.
looking at the time Coach put up, I wouldn't have beat him anyway. I lost about, 2.5 minutes? So that would have put me at about a 15, 16?
That would have been a really good time. If that was when did you get caught?
It was stage 2, but I also died in stage 1, and then I died in stage 2 again because I was tilted from getting caught, and so it just all cascaded.
Was
well.
that a PB for you?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, well, congrats to that.
That's silver lining right there. Do you let's see what question was I going to ask Buzz? You asked a question because I forgot what I was going to ask.
Can Coach Crab, can you name the original Kings of Comedy?
I don't know. I don't think
It was a movie in the I would say late '90s, early 2000s that came out. It was 4 comedians. They did a package deal thing, and all 4 of them told jokes and stuff like that. And they were called the original Kings of Comedy. Can you name any of the 4 comedians?
Neerrm.
George Carlin?
No.
All right, you're disqualified.
Yeah, you got strike 1. Neerrm, board goes over to you.
You only get 1 strike, I see.
I don't know shit about movies.
Oh, wow, it's not even a movie, but I guess that's too obscure. You go ahead, Larry. What do you have? Something about? Never mind.
No, I would listen. That's a better question than I had. I don't know what I was going to say. I was probably going to say something about. Did you think the equivalent of jumping into Elmira would be like getting frogged by the Phantom Train or whatever crap I did in my race today?
Frogged by the Phantom Train. What does that even mean?
The Phantom Train in my Final Fantasy VI race.
Yeah, I know what that is, but what does frogged mean?
Turns me into a frog. I couldn't suplex it. I do reduced damage. Does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't really know what a comparable thing. I'm probably not. Because this game. One of the most frustrating things about this game is it's so punishing if you make a mistake. Like if you die, it just sends you all the way back, and especially with Elmira, it sends you back to the beginning of the world, let alone the stage. It's just there's no comparison.
Yeah, there's a cry for a game to be nominated where it's a little bit less punishing when you die, and the argument can be made like don't die, like you're not supposed to die in a race as well. But I totally get this because if you died in any other game we've played so far, there's been checkpoints, and perhaps Yume was the most punishing so far because you fall in the water and you're screwed basically for the rest of the run. But this one. Certainly, every stage you have that potential of just being invalidated.
Yeah, pretty much everywhere because, in roller games too, if you die in the cliffs, you're basically done unless the other person died on the cliffs. That was a really rough death as well.
Well, no, because you still had to make the raft jumps as well, so there was a lot of, you know, and 6-2. Like there were a lot of places. I think that was my argument towards like game that's not punishing. It would have to be equally as punishing to both people. Whereas, you know, something like this, if you nail it and then one person dies, like you're more screwed than not.
See, I thought there was going to be more races like that where, you know, people are going to be making mistakes and kind of going back and forth and trading places. I think we're going to see that with some of the lower tier players. But as far as what we've seen so far, it's like one mistake is the game and nobody else is making a mistake, and it kind of just goes through that way. But we get ones where people are dying in random places, and then it'll just kind of keep swapping back and forth. That's what I wanted to see. But it just hasn't happened as of yet.
Neerrm, what is your favorite soda?
Soda, Barks Red Cream Soda.
Okay.
Red cream?
Red cream.
I've never had that. What is that?
Here, it looks exactly like the root beer can, except it's red.
Yeah, but like it's cream soda, but it's red cream?
Yes.
So what is red cream?
You ever had that, Buzz?
No.
It's like cream soda, but it tastes red.
Well,
It tastes
like
red.
it's
It's red
cinnamon?
flavor.
It's red
Like-
flavor. No, it's not cinnamon. It's like kind of like strawberry, I suppose. It's kind of hard to explain, really.
It's kind
Okay,
of like
so-
cherry cream soda, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good description.
Cherry cream soda. Okay. No, I've never seen that.
It's got that red dye in you, so you can go right to the X-ray room and you know, get all that stuff done. That's a thing, I think. People drink this.
Yeah, that's always fun when that happens.
Yeah, but all right. Well, I mean, there you have it. Neerrm, what you did well on stage 6. You were practicing that a lot, so.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, the rest of the game was fine. You know, you take like basically when I restarted to the end, and that's by and large the best put together run I've had so far. But fortunately, that's not how it goes.
Do you think red cream soda is regional?
If it's regional, it's Northeast.
Because I don't
Well,
even
we
have
have
it in
it
my.
here in the southeast.
Well, wait, Neerrm, I thought you were in Indiana. Didn't you tell
I
me?
am in Texas, but I grew up in Ohio. I don't think I've seen it down here a couple of times, but I definitely saw it more in when I was in Ohio.
I don't know. I mean, I've always been in Illinois and yeah, basically just Illinois and Iowa my entire life, and I've never seen that.
Do you have Taco Cabana up there?
No.
Okay, that's the only place I've ever seen it on tap.
Buzz, have you ever tried sweet tea?
Who's asking questions here? Buzz, you want to tell this guy how this works?
Well, I mean, it's an open forum, kind of, right? No, it's not.
I'm very interested in what the answer will be.
Have I had sweet tea?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
The first time I ever went to Indiana, up north, I went to a restaurant and I was shocked that you couldn't order a sweet tea in a restaurant. It just blew my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really ordered tea, so I wouldn't even look at it.
Yeah, because down here, I mean, sweet tea is like, you know, at every single restaurant you go to, you can order
Yeah.
a sweet tea. But in up north, you have to add the sugar yourself. I mean, you know, that's just how lazy we are here in the South. We don't expect that.
Yeah, you go through sweet tea like water down here for sure.
You can even
Nice
buy it
side.
at Bojangles in like a gallon jug.
Yeah, yeah, you can do that at Chick-fil-A or McDonald's. Down
Bill
here.
Miller's.
We actually have it's like like, you know, you buy the iced tea in a store. Like we have like a King Cullen here. We buy a generic brand iced tea, and it's already loaded with sugar. It comes in a powder like High C or Kool-Aid or whatever, and you just, you know, dump it in a pitcher of water and mix it up. You don't have to add any sugar to it. It's already loaded.
Yep, that's basically the idea behind sweet tea. Just tea with loaded with sugar.
But yeah, it's a great conversation. Thanks for the question.
Yeah, I know. I used to work at a fast food place. It was like 3 pounds of sugar to 27 gallons of water or something like that.
When we made iced tea at McDonald's, all we did was brew tea in the coffee pot, and then like you just dumped it in the cylinder, and like it just cooled down, and that was your iced tea. You add ice to it, and that was it. It was
Yeah.
just purely iced tea. with tea with ice. That was it. No sugar.
Yeah, so it was just the syrup, like one of those boxes of syrup when I worked at McDonald's. That was the iced tea.
We've got a report that Field Museum in Chicago sells Barks Red Cream Soda.
Do they really?
That's what chat is saying.
It shouldn't be that hard to find. Like Walmart and like Kroger, whatever the hell you have up there, should have it.
I haven't been to the Field Museum in probably 20 years, but yeah, that's interesting that I've never seen it.
Just keep your eye open. It looks it's a rather plain but rather red package. Like it's not gonna catch your eye. Like if you're like strolling down the pop aisle. Pop, yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink soda though, so that's part of it.
Well, it can be a luxury.
Is it IBC?
It's Barks.
Barks.
We have a Barks has a product locator, and in their drop-down menu, it's only cream soda and root beer. And
That's hilarious.
There's nothing in 10 miles of my house on root beer for cream soda, but root beer lists like everything that sells everything beverage-wise around my house.
Have you guys ever had Sprecker's root beer?
No.
Yeah, that's like a Wisconsin brand, and that was always my favorite growing up. Sprecker's root beer is the best.
I'm partial to Dad's root beer.
I always
Dad's
liked
Mug.
Mug.
Mug, yeah. Dr. Brown's is good.
A&W?
Not as much of a fan of A&W.
A&W's for hipsters. And people who like to say they drink root beer.
I used to drink A&W cream soda all the time, but never red cream soda.
Well, next time we'll talk about if you guys ever meet up in the bracket round, we'll talk about different types of flavors of Mountain Dew and why Baja Blast is still garbage. But that's another.
That's a good. There's so many flavors. That's a good topic.
Yeah,
there's a new one down here, like sangria something or other.
We don't
save it for next time.
I mean, we're in New York, and I've touched upon this before when we talk about fast food places and everything. For being in New York, we don't get a lot of the variety stuff that everyone else in America gets, like flavors of Mountain Dew and like red cream soda and Chick-fil-A, Church's, Ranch One, all that stuff. But it's weird. But yeah, all right. Thanks for the race, guys, and good job, and good luck to you. Coach is 3-0. He's going to be moving on to the bracket round. Neerrm, you still have to go against VRez and BGT, and you have the second best time in your group so far because you didn't quit. So best of luck to you.
Thanks, and sorry for the tirade when I joined. I was fuming that whole race.
And we're going to clip
the
that
entire time.
I'm going to add that to the Neerrm Easter 2018 marathon that I'm going to put on. So.
Good luck. I don't rant like that often, so
all right, man.
Cherish it.
Absolutely. And Coach, congratulations, man.
Thank you very much. Good race, Neerrm, and Larry, thanks for the restream, and Buzz, I don't feel like thanking you. So.
Thank chat too.
Yes, of course.
All right. Well, yep. Buzz, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And you guys can suck it.